Hare Krishna. It's a direct, right? It's not. Hare Krishna. A little bit increase. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Is better now? Yeah, it's good. Yes. Okay, I will actually.
Yes, it's better. It's much better.
Thank you.
Mistake. Yeah, do what you can.
Hare Krishna, thank you. Your name from me?
Vishwavasu Swami.
Vishwavasu
Swami.
Vishwavasu Swami Maharaj. My humble obeisance.
No. It's open.
Thank you for your presence,
Oh, yeah.
Maharaj.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. We will begin by chanting the invocation prayers. Before we chant invocation prayers, I would just like to remind ourselves the importance of invocation prayers. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami says that I recite invocation prayers at the beginning of writing this book, Chaitanya Charitamrita. And he says, invocation prayers is remembrance of the Supreme Lord, spiritual master and the devotees. Grantera arambe kari mangala charan Guru Vaishnav Bhagavan Tinira Smaran. I remember these three, the Supreme Lord, my spiritual master and the devotees. He says, just by mere remembrance of them, all the obstacles will be removed on my path. And easily I'll be able to achieve my desired goal. So, with this prayer in mind, let's recite invocation prayers. Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Shat Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Harijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Tumastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nithinamine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shannavadi Pasyatya Deshatarthine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavidam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, first of all, I would like to express my gratitude to their lordships, Shri Shinitai Gaur Sundar. They have allowed me to be here in their presence, to come here to see their lotus feet, and deep gratitude to Srila Prabhupada, who has actually transported spiritual world Mayapur, Vrindavan, from the spiritual world. It's not within India actually. From the spiritual world, he has set up so many embassies of the spiritual world in so many places in the world. It's also one of the holy abode of Nitai Gaurasundar by the mercy of Prabhupada. So it's my great joy, my great honor to be here this evening with you all. My special gratitude to His Great Dayal Govind Prabhu, who has agreed to host this devotee care seminar. Also here, not just here, at few other places in Lithuania, he'll be giving talk on devotee care. My special gratitude to Vishwasu Swami Maharaj for his presence. That he is present here, I am feeling now encouraged and empowered by Maharaj's presence. Very grateful to you, Maharaj. We will begin by reading a quote of Srila Prabhupada, who is our founder Acharya. It will be the best beginning hearing directly from Prabhupada. I will request one of you to please read this quote. Yes, please.
Vaikuntha thinking. Everyone should be friendly for the service of the Lord. Everyone should praise another's service to the Lord and not be proud of his own service. This is the way of Vaishnava thinking, Vaikuntha thinking. Srimad Bhagavatam 7.5.12 purport.
Yeah, so Prabhupada here is, this is in 7.5.12 purport. Prabhupada is talking of we should be friendly for the service of the Lord and we should appreciate other service, praise other service and not be proud of one's own service. This kind of thinking is Vaikuntha thinking. So actually, devotee care is the culture of the spiritual world. It's a very natural. But since we are in the material world, we need to be trained. The whole bhakti process is training of how we can be trained to adopt the culture of the spiritual world. So this is a very important devotee care quote by Prabhupada. It's in his purport, which is talking of that this is how the associates of the Lord in Vaikuntha, those who live in the spiritual world, what is their process of thinking. Same purport, Prabhupada continues. Please read this also. Yes, Prabhu.
Everyone should be allowed to render service to the Lord to the best of his ability, and everyone should appreciate service of others. Such are the activities of Vaikuntha.
Again, Prabhupada points out how helping others in their service is the mood of Vaikuntha, the activities of Vaikuntha. It's said that there are 3 Haridasas. Haridas, the meaning of Haridas is the servant of Lord. It's a general name for devotees, Haridas. It's said that many devotees are called Haridas, Krishnadas or Ramdas. These 3 names are very, very common among the devotees. Haridas, Krishnadas and Ramdas. So anyway, Bhagavatam specifically mentions 3 Haridasas. Maharaj Yudhishthir is called as Haridas. Uddhava, who is a friend of the Lord, he is also called as Haridas. Specifically, the term Haridas is used for him also. And guess who is another third Haridas? Giriraj Govardhan. He is the third Haridas. And who is the best of the 3? Giriraj Govardhan. Why is he best of the 3?
Because he is a devotee of Krishna.
Sorry?
He is a devotee of Krishna.
He is a devotee of Krishna. What about other 2? He is the best of the 3 Haridasas. He is considered Haridas. What is the term used? Haridas Varya. Varya means the best of the 3. The best of the 3. So, some guess, why is Giriraj considered Haridas Varya? There are many Haridasas, many devotees of the Lord, but he is considered the best of all the servants of the Lord.
Maybe because he gives service not only to the Lord but to the other devotees.
He gives service not to the Lord,
Not
but
only,
also to other devotees. Good point. Good point.
The cows.
To the cows, to the cowherd boyfriends, to the gopas, to the gopis. He not just gives service to them, he takes pleasure in assisting them in their service. That's how the Acharyas explain. He takes great pleasure in assisting them in their service. Just like he provides grasses for the cows so that cows can supply milk to Krishna. And then that milk, the gopis can use that milk. Jai. Shri Nitaya Gaura Sundar ki jai. So the gopis, the cows supply the milk, so he provides the grass. He assists the cows supply the milk, and the gopis make various preparations. So he takes the role of the servant. That's one thing. Like Haridas Varya. Then he provides minerals by which cowherd boyfriend, they take those minerals and decorate Krishna. And the most important, he takes pleasure when devotees trample over they stand on his head. Right? So he allows all the devotees, he holds their lotus feet, they walk on him, and he takes pleasure to when the devotees, traverse on his head. They put their lotus feet on his head to serve Krishna. So many times it is described, sometime when we want to serve, we may trample over some other people's head. We may cause inconvenience to others in our service. It may happen sometimes, Just like when I'm dancing in the kirtan, I may knock down one or two people. Because I want to express my ecstasy, unknowingly, not knowingly, but I may put others devoted into trouble for my service. We knowingly and unknowingly. But Giriraj, he takes pleasure to when other devotees trample over his head. He takes pleasure in that. So therefore, because he takes this mood of the servant to assist everyone in their service and enjoys when devotees stand on his head to serve Krishna. He enjoys that. Therefore, he is Haridas Varya. He is Haridas Varya. And Prabhupada is talking of everyone should be allowed to render service to the Lord. Not just allowed, we want to facilitate others' devotees' service to the Lord. The Lord is very pleased. See, we may serve the Lord directly. That's good. We want to. But when we support, when we assist other devotees in their service, that pleases the Lord even more. And that is Vaikuntha living. And that is for this reason, Giriraj is Haridas Varya. He assists other devotees. Okay, so now, when other devotees help us, support us, care for us, right? We all have experience. That definitely encourages us in our devotional service. So I want you to now reflect on some experience of being cared for, either a positive or a negative. There could be some experience where we were positively inspired by someone's care, or now, as I said, that in the society of devotees, there are both kind of experiences. Sometimes it could be a very negative experience of care also, both ways. So I want you to just reflect and share either one, either a very positive experience. Yeah, please come inside. We have enough space. We can give those asanas also. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can. Please, most welcome. Where you felt loved, appreciated, cared, encouraged. Some devotee, within your experience, some devotee really cared for you and it touched your heart and it inspired you, it encouraged you. Please share either a positive or could be a negative. Why negative? We are talking of because, see, life is a learning. When there is a positive experience, you should be grateful for that. we learn, oh, we should also, we are grateful and we would like to give this kind of experience to others. But when there is a negative learning experience or negative caring experience, that is also learning. What kind of learning? Even to our enemies, we would not like to give such an experience. So, what to do, we learn through positive experience. What not to do to others, we learn through negative experiences. So, please share either one, either a positive or a negative caring experience. Yes, okay, yes. Vishwasana Maharaj.
Positive experience about my spiritual master Srila Niranjana Swami. He was Brahmachari, Niranjana Brahmachari in Boston Temple, and he wrote his letter to Srila Prabhupada in the beginning of 17th. I'm distributing your book, Srila Prabhupada, but it's so difficult for me. It's not so easy. I cannot understand. I can continue or not. Please help me. And Srila Prabhupada wrote the letter back, but not to Niranjana Brahmachari, but to Traya Prabhu Temple President. And he wrote, there is in collection, please, dear Traya Prabhu, please do care about Niranjana Brahmachari, because he is very good Brahmachari. He is distributing, but he's very heavy. Please help him. And Niranjana Swami said, after then, every evening when I came back from Sankirtan, I'm trying to count my Lakshmi and my books in my back, warm and soft arm is putting to my body, and I turn my head at his smiling face of Traya Prabhu. How are you? How Sankirtan and dear Niranjana? Please tell me like this. It was every evening. It is explanation how important and how important devotee care and how we can do by our simple service.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Vishwasana Maharaj. I hope you all got the examples. Just Niranjana Swami Maharaj, he has been distributing books and he felt it's a tiring service. Just that the temple president, Traya Prabhu, put his hand, just affection. How are you doing? How has been the day? And just that affectionate hand on his shoulder was such a caring gesture. And then it's just a very small thing, but actually small caring gestures could have a profound effect. Just a small caring gestures could have a very profound effect, as Maharaj shared. Okay, would someone like to share another experience, either a positive or a negative? You want to share? You want to speak in Russian?
In Lithuanian.
Lithuanian. Okay, someone can translate.
My
Fine, that's good. We can manage that.
My English just is not very good.
No, so what do you do?
But somebody will translate.
So I will come near to you and you translate real time. Yes.
Kai aš pirmą kartą atėjau į šventyklą, tai mane pasitiko atsidavęs, mane pamaitino prasadų, viską papasakojo, dar davė sausainių, saldainių, pasakė, kad aš ateičiau dar kartą, pakvietė mane į programą ir taip aš supratau, kad čia mano namai ir taip likau šventykloje per tą priėmimą manęs, nes pasijutau, kad mane čia kaip tiesiog princesė pasitiko.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. We can give negative. Oh, you can give negative also? Okay. Yes, I'll just come back to you. I just want to say something about this experience. Many of us, when we come new to Krishna consciousness, will you increase the volume slightly? Or is it okay? It's okay? Okay, fine. So when we come new to Krishna consciousness, we experience that love and care and the warmth. And we feel very special. So there was one person who had been coming to one of the Iskcon temples, and 5 years passed, that person was not becoming committed devotee. And someone asked him, after 5 years, that how come that you have been coming to temple for so long, but you're still not committing to Krishna consciousness? He said, I see that in your temple, the newcomers are paid a lot of attention. After they become committed devotees, then no one goes and gives them Mahaprasad or any kind of attention and affection. Then afterwards, you don't treat your peers so well as you treat the newcomers. So this has been observed. So therefore, I would like to be a newcomer always. So that so therefore it is important. Yes, we are very good at treating the newcomers, giving them a lot of attention, giving them love and care. But we also want to, care for the devotees who have spent many years. They also need attention, love and care. I am telling you, if you give to sometimes some Mahaprasad and affection, anything, to other senior devotees also, they equally appreciate. But sometimes we feel, no, it's not required for them. At times we feel. So, yes, thank you for sharing that experience. And you said you felt like a princess. Hare Krishna. That was amazing. Yes, I'll request Vishwasu Maharaj to share a negative experience of care, because from that we learn what not to do, which is also important.
Sharp or okay, middle or sharp? Negative.
Negative. Give a sharp.
Sharp?
Sharp negative. Because the lesson comes out.
Okay, it was part of seminar of Mataji Rambaru, Prabhupada disciple, about devotee care. Yes, it was a real story from Mayapura Dhamma. One time was parikrama with Jayapataka Swami, and one part of parikrama was on boats on Ganga River, maybe 3, 4, 5 boats and hundreds of devotees, and was separate boats for Prabhu and Mataji. And one Prabhu fall down from the boat to the Ganga. I don't know what. It was, it's very dangerous. And all devotees started to scream to next boat, please help. And this boat captain tried to go to this boy like this. And next boat was boat with Mataji. Not with Prabhu, but with Mataji. But Mataji started to be very active and tried to take this boy, and took. It was very good. And they started to put to the boat. And this boy was exactly blue skin. His blue skin, it was very cold. But unfortunately, his dhoti, he was without dhoti because Ganga took away his dhoti. And Mataji started to put his body to the boat, and one moment he started to say, oh, he is naked, absolutely naked. Yes, and she brought him back to the river. And all devotee was so surprised. Wow! And Jayapataka Swami, he said it was so in the maybe 19th. It was so 30 years ago. And Jayapataka Maharaj was so surprised, and he screamed to his disciples, go, save him. And immediately 3-5 brahmacharis jumped to the Ganga because it's impossible. He's dying, and saved him. So finally it is positive.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, thank you for sharing. Yes, we learned, what not to do also from these negative experiences of care. Okay, so actually speaking, we come to Krishna consciousness when there is some devotee intervention, right? Some devotee intervenes. Like say, I came to Krishna consciousness by reading the book. But who gave the book? A devotee gave the book. So it said, a devotional life begins with devotee's intervention. There is no one whose spiritual life has ever started without the intervention of devotee. So therefore, devotional life begins with a devotee's interaction, a devotee's intervention. And we grow in our spiritual life with the love, affection and the care that the devotee shower on us. And basically, the whole point is, we want to see that the devotees who have come to Krishna consciousness, they continue to grow in their spiritual lives. So we bring them, and sometimes we then go to bring others. And then sometimes they are left alone. We may not be able to provide different kind of services, support, which are needed for them to continue to grow in their spiritual life. So the care helps us grow. So we'll see a small model how the care helps us grow. Okay, here. Now, when someone comes in touch with the devotees for the first time, just like a new spectator, devotees are going on Sankirtan and person hears Hare Krishna. What is the first question that comes to the mind? What is this Hare Krishna? What is this Hare Krishna? So a person is inquisitive to know what is this Hare Krishna. He may take a book, or he may appreciate, at least become inquisitive to know what is Hare Krishna. If the devotees are kind, which the devotees are, no doubt, the devotees deal with that person with great affection, with love. By devotees' love and care, a person comes to the next level. What is that? I like Hare Krishna. So from what is Hare Krishna to I like Hare Krishna. So now this is a triangle. That means from what is Hare Krishna, if we give love and affection, love and care, some of them or most of them, so it is now narrowed down. It has narrowed down. There could be many inquisitive people, but then out of them, some of them will arise high in their spiritual life. They will go ahead. So it's a progress. They have made progress from just being what is Hare Krishna to I like Hare Krishna. The next level, I am a Hare Krishna. Okay, now what is this? Now, this person, when someone calls on the phone, he says Hare Krishna. Another person, hey, what is this? I go to temple, festival to festival, once a month. So I am a Hare Krishna. This is a person who has his own social life. He goes and parties around also, everything. But he comes on festival to festival and begins to identify that I am also Hare Krishna. And since I go every month to Hare Krishna temple, so I am a Hare Krishna. So this devotee is not committed, but he has, made some identification that I am also Hare Krishna. Maybe chanting once a while and so on. Maybe 1 or 2 rounds the person is chanting. But answer this phone by saying Hare Krishna. Wants to identify with Hare Krishna. And when a person continues to receive love and care from the devotees, then further progress. My life is Hare Krishna. Now, this person doesn't have any separate life as such, having own social life, going around partying, etc., etc., and then comes to temple also. This person has one life. Just like once one devotee asked in one of the Bhagavatam class to a senior devotee who was giving, he said, how to balance material and spiritual lives? We all have this question. And this devotee said, there are no 2 lives. There's only one life. There's no 2 lives. There's only one life. We have only spiritual life. Actually, when we are committed, when you take an initiation, when we come to that point, there are no 2 lives. There's only one life. Yes, we may have to work, we may have to be in society, but all that is also meant for us to practice and preach. So we harmonize the two and don't create a dichotomy. We harmonize the two. So remember, the devotees have only one life, no two lives. That is spiritual life. Everything else is supportive. It has to be aligned with that. So a person's life is Hare Krishna now. Person chants daily, sitting down, following 4 regulative principles, coming to the temple, taking responsibility of service, serving the deities, and so on and so forth. So his life is Hare Krishna. Guess there is another tier, and it is reducing, it is becoming narrow. What's the last? Something higher than this? Yes, Maharaj, I would like to ask you from this side. Let me see if I can get some response. Then I will come back to you. Thank you so much. What is the next life? What is the next level? Hint, you can look at Maharaj and speak. Yes.
Krishna is my life.
Okay, Krishna, my life is Hare Krishna. Krishna is my life.
To bring others to this.
Good. I thought you look at Maharaj and speak.
This is Agna and this is her first day in the temple.
But I studied theology, so.
Okay, good. Wow, your first day in the temple.
Yeah.
Amazing.
This is the Srimad Bhagavatam.
Oh, you came in the morning only. Wow, amazing.
Previous life.
Huh?
From previous
Yeah,
life.
you are just continuing. It's not your first day. You have already, you are continuing from your last, where you left from your last life. Okay, great. So, my life is Hare Krishna. Now I am committed totally. But next is, your name?
Agna.
Agna. As Agna said, I want to bring others to Krishna. That is, my mission is Hare Krishna. My mission is Hare Krishna. So in this way, care helps us grow in spiritual life. It is devotees' love and care that will help us move from the bottommost tier, bottommost level to the higher and higher and the higher levels. Vishwavasu Maharaj spoke of Niranjan Swami Maharaj letter to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada response. I attended Niranjan Swami Maharaj Vyas Puja last year in Mayapur, 2024, and his entire Vyas Puja talk was about devotee care. He made a very emphatic point. He said, you are giving me, speaking so many good words about me, making so many offerings. Your real offering will be when you take care of each other. That will be your real offering. That will be your proper offering of gratitude to your spiritual master when you take care of each other. So therefore, because we need devotees around us, we need communities of care, so that the devotees, each devotee receive the necessary support and care which is required for them to grow in their spiritual life. Now, Bhagavatam defines there is a beginner devotee. This is called Kanishta Adhikari, and the middle level devotee, which is Madhyam Adhikari. That means one is a beginner and one is mature, we can say. What's the difference between the two? How the Srimad Bhagavatam defines beginner devotee? Bhagavatam says the beginner devotee is one who has faith in the service of the Lord, faith in the deities, but not equal faith in the devotees of the Lord. He has a faith in service of the Lord, but doesn't have equal faith in the devotees of the Lord. And what is the progress? How does the person progress to next level? Madhyam Adhikari is defined as one who has equal faith also in the service of the devotees of the Lord. Therefore, now again this point was discussed in one of the Iskcon leadership Sangha at Mayapur, that we as a society in Iskcon, we need to grow from Kanishta to Madhyama. We have very nice systems, we have allocated resources, nice system and structure, resources allocated, responsibility well defined for the service of deities. But we hardly have even devotee care department, functional devotee care department in most of the Iskcon temples. I have a friend who works as Asia head of Citibank. Citibank, is very popular bank. So he's the Asia head of Citibank, and he travels around. And he told me one day, he said, I went to our London, the Soho Street, 4:30 Mangalarti. I went to Paris Ishwar, in Paris, 4:30 Mangalarti. I went to New York, 4:30 Mangalarti. He said, I have been traveling all over the world. Tokyo, 4:30 Mangalarti. Wherever I go, there is 4:30 Mangalarti. He said, Iskcon is better managed than Citibank. Iskcon is much more well organized, more managed, more well managed than even the Citibank. That was his realization. Because we see, for the deities, everywhere there is 4:30 Mangalarti, there is Pujari blowing the conch shell. We have a department, we have roles, responsibilities, we have resources allocated. So all that we have done. But nowhere close we have that system, structure, resources for the devotees. Therefore, now the leaders, many of the leaders in the Iskcon Leadership Sangha felt we need to now focus on devotees for the next 50 years. We have completed 50 years, a little more. This discussion was there just after the completion of 50 years. So we celebrated 50 years of Iskcon around 9 years back. That time this discussion came, for next 50 years, we need to really focus on caring for devotees, because we take care of devotees and devotees automatically, they will take care of the projects. It's as simple as that. So therefore, as a society, we need to move from Kanishtha to Madhyama. We have to advance. And the way to advance for our society Iskcon is care for the devotees. So, okay, now I want to give you one or two examples from CC, and then I want to listen from you some of the examples. Lord Chaitanya stayed at a place called Gambhira, his room in Jagannath Puri. Very small room. There was someone who slept with him. Can you tell me the name? No, not Govinda. There is one devotee who slept with him in that room, so that Lord Chaitanya should not rub his face against the wall. Sometime in great ecstasy, he would sometimes rub his face against the wall and hurt himself. To prevent that, there was one devotee who was assigned the service of sleeping with him in Gambhira. Although in a small room, but he also slept there. Any guess? Okay, never mind. His name was Shankar Pandit. Shankar Pandit slept with Lord Chaitanya. At night during the winter season, Shankar Pandit would sometimes shiver out of cold. And Lord Chaitanya would take his own blanket and put on him. It's mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita.
He was called Pillow of Lord Chaitanya.
Huh?
Pillow of Lord Chaitanya. Huh?
Yes. He was like a pillow of Lord Chaitanya, because while sleeping, sometimes Lord Chaitanya's feet would be placed on his body. Feet would be placed on his body, and he became like a foot pillow of Lord Chaitanya, right? Shankar Pandit. So he was, and Lord Chaitanya would often, whenever he would see, he would wake up in the middle of the night, he would see and put his own blanket. At least this is mentioned directly in CC. How often, how frequent? Later maybe he got his own blanket. But at least this happened when Lord Chaitanya observed. Not just that. There is another very beautiful, instructive lesson of devotee care from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Now Lord Chaitanya is the Lord of devotee care. One of his most compassionate devotee. What's the name of Lord Chaitanya's most compassionate devotee? Vasudev Datta Thakur. Yes, Vasudev Datta. Vasudev Datta, he is called Vasudev Datta Thakur. Yes. So Vasudev Datta, he is so compassionate that he prayed that may I just take the sins of all living entities and let them be just delivered. Give me all the sins of all living entities. I cannot tolerate their suffering. That was a prayer of. Okay, not just that, Vasudeva Datta was so liberal, so charitable. Whatever earning he would have, he would give away to the needy devotees. So he would just spend everything for the sake of devotees. Now, Lord Chaitanya, when he came to know, he said, well, you are a grahastha. You need savings. You can't just spend everything. Since you are a grahastha, you need savings. Therefore, I appoint Shivanand Sen, another devotee, who was good in finances. You manage his finances. Make sure he has certain savings. Just see, Lord Chaitanya has come to give us the highest wealth of the spiritual world. Right? The highest wealth of the spiritual world which no other avatar, no other incarnation has ever given. But what he's concerned about also is he should have some savings while he's in the material world. He's concerned about that, and he appointed himself. Shivanand Sen, you become his financial manager, because he understood Vasudeva Thakur will not be able to save. That is not his nature. So some devotee has to complement. Like if Lord Chaitanya would instruct him, no, you can't. Now from 20% you must save. But that is not his nature, So therefore, in a society of devotees have to complement each other. So some devotees are good in certain aspect. Other devotees are good in other aspect. So we should not expect, this devotee is good in this, but this devotee is not doing. No, fine, different devotees have different skill sets, different kind of aptitudes. So therefore, it is the responsibility of the devotees in a community to support each other, to complement each other. So that is one wonderful example of how Lord Chaitanya requests his own associate, Shivanand Sen, because he is the manager, yatra manager. Yatra manager means he has to be financially very good. Shivanand Sen is yatra manager for Lord Chaitanya. So he is good in finances, you manage his finances also. Okay, so just like we just talked of Lord Chaitanya is caring for the physical body of Shankar Pandit, he caring for the finances of Vasudeva Datta, who is so charitable. Now, please think of some areas where we need to support the devotees. What are the different areas of care which we need to support the devotees in, so that they continue to practice their spiritual life, continue to grow in their spiritual life. Yeah, I have one more. Yes, you can just, anyone can speak it out. Yes, tell me the name of
Alma.
Alma, okay. And Adna. Okay, Alma and Adna.
Coming to the morning program, attending the morning program.
We need to support the devotees. What kind of support is needed? I'm saying
Our support.
the support, the caring services.
Yeah.
Just like Lord Chaitanya said, you become his finance manager.
So just need to be a driver.
Okay, we may. Okay, good. We may drive someone
Yes.
to the temple because other devotees does not have a car. Good. My younger sister stays in Ottawa. And she doesn't know how to drive. Some kind devotees, at times they volunteer. Okay, I will take you to the temple. Then we go together and bring you back. So and then she is also able to go. And this is actual. I know that how some devotees, they care for my younger sister who stays in Ottawa in this way. So good. So therefore, at least she is able to visit temples sometimes. Thank you. Yes, some more caring, supporting services. Yes, Vishwasana Maharaj.
Srila Prabhupada asked Ravindra Swarupa Prabhu, his disciple, his spiritual master in our moment. Ravindra Swarupa Prabhu was professor of religion in Philadelphia. And Srila Prabhupada asked him, my disciples have no idea about the laws of religion. Please do care about movement because you are specialist in religion. Because my boys will do a lot of mistakes. And Ravinda Swarupa Prabhu did it.
Okay, so Prabhupada requested Ravindra Swarupa Prabhu to teach them about the laws of religion, the codes of religion. He was a professor of religious studies. Okay, good. So codes of religion may help the devotees to
avoid some mistakes.
Avoid certain mistakes. To better deal with other religious people, better connect with them, right? Understand the sensitivities. Yes, good. Prabhupada was very, very sharp in trying to understand the sensitivities, local sensitivities. Very sharp. Yes, thank you, Maharaj. Yes, something else we need to support the devotee in?
When you say support, you mean material support or what you put in the word support?
Okay, you become the finance manager. What kind of support is that?
No, I just understand. There is material support, but there is also psychological support, spiritual.
Good. Well, it's a very open-ended. Any kind of support. See, our goal is what? We want to help the devotees to practice their spiritual life and continue to grow in the spiritual life, continue to practice. Just like Lord Chaitanya said, you are a Grihastha, you must also have some savings. So what kind of support is that? It's a seemingly material support, financial support. So like psychological, you said very well. So yeah, please share something.
So one of the necessities is for people to...
Okay, yes.
One of major necessities of any man is to have some close relationship with someone. So when some devotee has some close relationship with another one, and he can reveal his feelings and so on. It's also support.
Okay, yes, good. You mean to say close relationship here means friendship?
Yes, every friendship is support.
Yes, friendship, and to be able to hear out somebody. Guhyamakyati Prachati, Rupa Goswami says 6 loving exchanges. Out of that, we may reveal our mind to someone and we may hear from that person in confidence, both ways. Good, thank you. It's an important area of devotee care.
Can you take mic?
Oh yes, thank you for reminding. Hare Krishna, yes. So to be able to hear from someone in confidence and able to speak in confidence, to have such a friend, it's a great support. Yes, that's very important point. Thank you for sharing. Your name, Prabhu? Gaurapad Prabhu. Okay, Hare Krishna. You are sitting at Prabhupada's lotus feet. Gaurapad Prabhu. Yes, some more kind of supportive. Yes, Dayal Govinda Prabhu.
Just remembered what interesting anecdote Shutakirti Prabhu was saying. When he got news that his wife got a son, he came to Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada, upon hearing this news, he called to bring his wallet, took out $20 and gave to him. And Shutakirti was, oh no, you are my spiritual master. It's not for you. This was for your son.
Yes, thank you. Prabhupada wanted to just care for the new child and be provided something. Thank you so much. Yes, Vishwaswami Maharaj. Yes.
Example of spiritual care. One time, one disciple of Prabhupada came to Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada said him, in the family can't we be daughters and sons?
Prabhupada said this to?
To disciple. Yeah, in family may be sons and daughters. The duty of son is to continue the business of family, business of father. But there's no this duty for daughter, because daughter is living family in future and cannot maintain this business. And Srila Prabhupada said, by this reason, looks like I am a lone son of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, because I am continuing to preach. All another disciples are daughters. And he said to this disciple, the Gaudiya Vaishnavas are the best from all Vaishnavas in India after me, because I am son. Son.
Hare Krishna. Okay, nice anecdote. Prabhupada continuing the legacy of his spiritual master. Okay, but yeah, now please think about a little bit in a community of devotees. What are the areas? Just like we say, finance is one area, right? Or transport, right? Who said transport? Alma? Yes, Alma said transport. We need to sometime provide a transport service to the devotees. That's another area. We have covered, spiritual life. We want to assist them in their spiritual life. We have only covered 3 areas as of now, which is the finance, which is other one is transport service. There's another area. Another one is spiritual life. Are there some more areas of devotee care? Yes, Devalgan Prabhu.
We have, for example,
Yes.
we have
His voice is strong.
several,
Huh?
we have several devotees who are
Dentist.
dentists.
Okay, so medical.
Medical.
So broad area. Devotees need some support in their medical, right? And we have Bhaktivedanta Hospital, who who does a lot of medical services to the devotee community. We have special discount packages for the devotees. And His Holiness Mahavishnu Swami Maharaj from Surat, he said, I will leave my body here because this is also a holy place. Prabhupada is here. I can feel his presence. So there is 24 hours Prabhupada Kirtan going on in every ward, in every corridor. You can become so conscious, of Krishna and Prabhupada. And he said, I will leave my body here. This is holy dham. And he departed from Bhaktivedanta Hospital. His Holiness Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, that devotee who is from Surat, Gujarat. Okay, so medical, we need care. Medical care. Yes, something else, some other areas. Yes, Prabhu, Gaurpad Prabhu.
Taking care about children, because
We
one
need-
family can take care.
Yes, we need to
Spend
care
time
about
together.
children. We need to care about children, because I remember, like I just did one evening satsang program in South London, and there were 4 or 5 kids. All parents had come. So one family kept the kids engaged, because otherwise the kids will either not let the parents hear. Someone has to engage them, and not just just sit down, do the coloring, sometime, and the children are harassed. They need some activity and someone to engage them properly. So this is one small thing, and of course the children also needs to be taught values and so many things. So children is another, they are actually the recipient. But yes, we need to care for the children. Let's say spiritual education, engagement for the children, spiritual education, value education for the children. All these are areas of care for the children. Something else? Give them shelter. How do we give the shelter?
Well, if somebody doesn't have where to stay, accommodate at your place, or
Okay, shelter here means home.
yeah.
Okay, good. So yeah, we may accommodate some devotees that are home at times. That's good. And the devotees can stay with other devotees at affordable price. Okay, to give an example, we went to Melbourne, and in Melbourne the area is very costly. So one devotee, one very rich person, he owned a building, and he made that into a hostel for youngsters to stay. So that 30-35 youngsters can stay, and they can come to the temple, do service, participate. And many of the youngsters became very committed devotees because they stayed at just a 3 minutes walk from the temple, and because he invested in that, and he charged them very nominal. Otherwise they would not be able to afford. He charged them a nominal rent, but gave them shelter, that home near the temple. They could regularly come, and they made so many of them, hundreds of them became very committed devotees, supporting the temple wonderfully. So this is a practical example. Thank you, Agna, for sharing this.
So also sharing prasadam. So it's
Prasadam.
And selling
Yes.
bhoga, like
Huh?
some people they grow the vegetables and make some crafts.
Yeah, we grow some vegetables. Prasadam, we share prasadam with devotees. Not just prasadam. At times, some devotees may not be able to cook for some reasons. Like one family was undergoing a cancer treatment. The wife was very sick, and the husband had to take her around for the cancer treatment. There was no way they could cook. And other families, they said, we will send you prasadam. All these are real case studies which I have heard in our travels. So, giving prasadam to devotees. Yes, Andres Prabhu.
You can hear that youth devotees would be engaged in service according to their nature.
Okay,
their
good.
talent.
Good. Different devotees have different service engagements as per their particular nature. Where they feel encouraged to serve.
Is this connected with the mentorship?
Okay, mentorship is an important thing. Again, a mentor is trained to mentor a person. Also, main mentoring is to, the kind of psychological support, because, or guiding them through difficult challenges in life. So, mentoring is another important area of support. Mentoring is closely related to emotional support. Closely, but of course, it can be broader also. But yes, mentoring is good. Fine, so we saw several areas. GBC has identified 12 broad areas in which we need to support the devotees. 12 broad. That means the sub areas are many, many. You will be surprised how exhaustive is the list. Now let me share the list of the areas which the GBC Devotee Care Committee, who have rolled out this course for Pan Iskcon, they have come up with this 12 areas. Please take out a minute to read these 12 areas of devotee care. I think some of you have touched upon it. Healthcare has been touched upon, emotional, mental. Under that comes mentoring. Even to get devotees, the marriage. We at Radha Gopinath Temple have premarital training. Then during the marriage, some mentoring. Post marriage also. You need, training and mentoring at all stages. Before marriage, after marriage, during the marriage. Education, career and employment. If devotees can work in a devotional environment, financial, housing is the shelter, travel and immigration. Like Andrews Prabhu really helped us to get the visa for Europe. Otherwise, we would not have traveled here. So he gave us Shyamananda Prabhu. So Andrews Prabhu was listening with Shyamananda Prabhu. We want to meet him and thank him. Yes. So you see, because he had that expertise and he helped us, we could get the Europe visa and now we are here. Otherwise, we would not be able to travel. Travel and immigration. At times, mediation, there are conflicts between the devotees. Someone needs to mediate to resolve it. So, and Iskcon has the whole thing is conflict resolution, a separate vertical. There is a conflict resolution vertical in Iskcon to resolve major conflicts.
And legal issues?
Huh?
Legal issues is...
Legal and civic advice. Now, Juhu temple, at one point of time, had 45 legal cases in the courts running. Can you imagine? And there were 3 or 4 devotee lawyers dealing with that. Legal issues. Sometimes there are like multiple cases, dealing with all that. The neighbors complain and so many. There could be, in India especially, I don't know here. In India, there could be many legal issues. People file a suit and so many things. So therefore, there are some devotee lawyers who help us.
And which one is taking care about all the devotees?
That is the recipient. I'm coming next. coming next. These are the areas of devotee care. The old devotees, elderly devotees, lowly devotees is coming in the next slide, these are the 12 broad areas. There are 12 recipients who need to be cared for. Now the elderly devotees may need some health care or encouragement in spiritual life or some kind of housing, etc., etc. Right? But there are 12 recipients. Now, most important thing is spiritual life, the first and the foremost. All other 11 are to support spiritual life. 11 are so-called material. Because I already said, devotees have only one life. There are two lives. So they are so-called material, but they are actually not material because they support spiritual life. Anything that supports spiritual life is also spiritualized. So, spiritual life, from this we understand, just see, to support spiritual life, we need so many. Spiritual life, one area. To support it, 11 areas. And there are sub areas. So just see how broad. And now, maybe yatra to yatra, different kinds of care will be needed. We have to see that which area we need to focus on at this point, which is more relevant. So there will be diversity in application as per the local dynamics. But everything has been identified. Now we can further identify what is most relevant to us in this particular region, for this particular community, for the particular temple. Any questions before we go to the 12 recipients? Yes, Vishwasumara.
I heard seminar of Radhanath Swami in Kiev in 1997, and he shared his experience of Chaupati temple, because Kiev Yatra is not the Yatra of Chaupati, and he trained Kiev devotees and myself. And he said, in the beginning, we are starting with spiritual care. And only after 3-4 years, we are starting to do some committee, family committee, department, house department, job department, health department. And he said, it is very, very, very important thing. He said, I heard by my head and my ears, he said, we can see in another yatra wrong behavior of devotees. We are starting with not spiritual care, but family care, house care, job care, etc., etc. And by this reason, the spiritual care is not so intensive for spiritualization. And he said, in this, and our statistic, maybe 80% of Vaishnava communities did this mistake. And in this situation, very, very difficult to help to these communities. And he said to Kiev temple, please be careful, don't do this mistake. See, maybe 2-3 years first spiritual care, after then, like, I don't know, sharing. We need to have some material, another. And how to organize, because Maharaj said 80% of devotee care starting to be in wrong situation. How to protect us, please, protect us, save us, please. Please.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Actually, Vishwasumara spoke because I am able to speak about devotee care because I have grown up in Radha Gopinath community experiencing this care. From the very beginning, from 1988, it has been the focus of Radhanath Maharaj. He gave intense spiritual life, but he also focused a lot on caring for devotees, supporting the devotees to practice the spiritual life. So he has been very pro-devotee care leader, and since I have experience, I am able to speak about it. And when there is no devotee care, then, the communities come to a stage that, what do we do? Where do we go? It becomes very difficult then. So yes, thank you Maharaj for sharing that vision of Radhanath Maharaj. It has been his vision from the very beginning of when he founded Radha Gopinath community. in Mumbai.
Question.
You have a question? Yes.
How to save us from
How to save us?
yes, from not enough level of spiritual care?
Oh, you're saying not enough level of spiritual care.
Yeah.
So, what you are saying is that we have, of course, spiritual life is the essence. Therefore, it is placed in the topmost. Spiritual life is the essence, but all other 11 are also essential. So the whole thing is, we don't want to just keep focusing on these 11 without the first one.
Yeah, and
We should not miss upon that.
How to do this?
The how to do is we need to focus on the 5 foremost limbs of bhakti, because Rupa Goswami says the first 5 limbs of bhakti, the first foremost limbs of bhakti, which is association of devotees, chanting the holy name, Srimad Bhagavatam, and residing in a holy place. Yes, worshipping the deities. Yeah. He says that a small contact with these 5 can develop one's dormant love for Krishna. Small contact. So, therefore, we continue to put our efforts to enhance and to encourage the devotees in these 5. So that should be the focus of the leaders. So it is those who are leading devotees, in a leading position, they need to just be continuously also thinking, how do we enhance the spiritual life? These 5 primarily. These 5. And therefore, if you see Radhanath Swami Maharaj and Madhur Sundar Prabhu will discuss tomorrow how to do that exactly. He will be talking. But yes, most important thing for a leader will be role modeling. He would sit for the japa, chanting japa with the devotees. He would take the devotees on dham yatra, go to every place, wheel the dham. So he would personally be present in all the 5 activities, inspiring the devotees by his own personal presence and by his own personal example. So this is, and then therefore the devotees would be, they picked up very fast. So he was there always at the forefront of it.
A second question, but after another devotees.
Yes, okay. You have another question?
Yes, but after.
Yeah, sure. Someone else would like to share something, ask something regarding these areas of devotee care. Okay, I think no one else has a question.
I'm waiting this seminar 25 years in Baltic countries, because I established devotee care in Kiev temple in the end of 19th. I moved to Baltic countries and I gave seminars, spread idea of devotee care, but finally no, some aspects of devotee care. And I tried to invite before coronavirus the Minister of Devotee Care here to Vilnius, but coronavirus and no possibility. I'm very happy about the seminar. I came from another country to here. Thank you.
From another country?
Yes, today. Yes, yes. Because for me, it's very important thing. Very important. My question is, what is your definition of devotee care? Because one time I asked Minister of Devotee Care, he cannot give clear definition. What is your definition, your seminar? What is it, devotee care? About what?
That is the next topic. that is the next topic. But I will give you one simpler definition. We have a GPC definition of devotee care, which is very profound. But I will share a simpler definition, which is given to us by Radhanath Maharaj. Well, I was part of the devotee care committee at Radha Gopinath temple, and Maharaj gave us a simpler understanding. He likes to simplify things sometimes. And he said, each one of you as a leader should be thinking, what will it take to protect, inspire and encourage every devotee to go on serving in Prabhupada's mission till the last breath of their life. I'll repeat because it's a very profound statement. Each and every leader should be thinking, what will it take to protect, inspire, encourage? These 3 words we can remember by the acronym PI. We need to have devotee care pie too. We want to have a devotee care pie for every devotee. So PIE, what will it take for each and every devotee to feel protected, inspired and encouraged to go on serving in this mission of Prabhupada till the last breath of their life. So that's the vision he gave us. But what is devotee care? We'll be talking about it, and we are actually talking also about it now also, but I'll come to the precise definition in just some time. Okay, so I'll just now go to the 12 recipients. As Gaurpad Prabhu said, what were the elderly devotees? There are recipients. Just like there are 12 areas, there are 12 recipients. This 10 is the page number, kind of. But there are 12 main categories of recipient who needs to be cared for. Now, to be able to easily remember this, the first 5, Prabhupada says any civilized society must care for these 5. Women, children, elderly, brahmanas and cows. And these are very famous quote of Prabhupada. So these are first 5. Then there are 4 ashramas. Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasis. So 5 and 4, 9. And there are other temple residents, leaders and senior devotees. So this completes the broad 12 categories. There are further subcategories. Just see the women, the first category women. There are 4 subcategories identified. And there could be more. And they all have diverse needs. They need different kind of care and support. There are 12 broad categories. There are further subcategories. Now within the community, depending upon the members of the community, we need to identify and have something to support all this. Yes.
I am very sorry. My spiritual master Niranjana Swami is very active to inspire and collect back to Iskcon some ex-devotee who are out of Iskcon, whereas he is in this 12. Where is this category? He's very active and a lot of...
One thing I would say, those who have given a lot and who have left, we can add over here. These categories are not fixed. These are some, as I said, these categories will be expanded in due course of time. This is not limited to this. So we can add, this is a category of devotees in our community who have, several devotees have left the active service, active practice. We want to bring them back. And that's very important service. Prabhupada says, it is to retain one devotee is equivalent to making 100 devotees. We need to retain. Retain means to keep. Now, to give you an example of this, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he went to open a temple in Chennai. His temple would be called Matha, the temple. And then he came to know that one brahmachari who misbehaved, and the temple president chastised the brahmachari, and he felt discouraged and he left. Sorry. I have, due to my travels and all that, I have some... Excuse me, please. So Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur came to know this brahmachari has left. He said, it takes gallons of blood to make one person a devotee, a committed devotee, who say, my life is Hare Krishna, or my mission is Hare Krishna. If that devotee feels discouraged and leave, the great loss. I will not open the temple. You have to get that person back here. The invitations have been distributed to thousands. He said, I am not going ahead with this ceremony. Even that one person has to come back. And then everyone was searching for that devotee everywhere. And that devotee who had left was also feeling that I want to go back. How do I go back? Right? He also had apprehension, but he wanted to come back. When devotee reached out to him and said, no, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur wants you back, he started crying. The devotee brought him back. So therefore, yes, it was important to give feedback to the person and the responsibility of the leaders to correct to the not behaving well, but not to the point that the person leaves Krishna consciousness. That is important. So therefore it is important to retain those who have come to Krishna's lotus feet. As the vision says, we want them to be feeling protected, inspired and encouraged till the last breath of their life. We want them to be active in this Krishna consciousness movement. So that is important. And I think it's important for us to take a break. And we can... Is it time for Gayatri now, or what time we chant Gayatri?
Yeah, we could chant Gayatri. Nice.
Yeah. So we can take a 10 minutes break, chant our Gayatri, maybe move around, energize ourselves. There should be some movement, and then we'll continue at 7:30. Thank you. Hare Krishna. I'll take your inputs after that. You want to say something? Yeah, I know. Thank you.
I'm after Lithuania, I got, but I'm traveling to what?
Oh, okay.
I'm a member of national meeting of Lithuania, and I'm the supervisor of Iskcon.
Oh, yeah. General supervisor in Estonia.
It's another country.
Yeah, I know. Estonia is neighboring country to Lithuania.
I'm Lithuanian.
You're Lithuanian. Oh, where do you travel to? Yeah.
Part of Germany.
Oh, you're part of Germany. Okay. We'll be visiting Germany, Guru Dham and Simhachalam during this trip.
Two national centers.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Another your presence is very encouraging for us, really. So being present here, you have made a big statement about the leaders' care here.
Oh, yeah,
I wish you.
Thank you.